hang around. So, some quick things to look for as you're trying to decide, is this person who's around me actually a social friend or successful friend? Here's how you know somebody is probably a social friend. One, you always see them in the back of the classroom. They're never in the front. And if they're not in the back of the classroom, they're at home asleep while class is going on. Here's how you know it's a social friend. They rarely have a book bag on campus, and they never have a pen, meaning that they never take notes and they're not really here to learn. You also know that it's a social friend when you see them posting on social media every 5 minutes. I'm just giving you things to look out for, so that when graduation comes, you can't say that Jullien didn't tell me. And here's another one. Social friends, they're probably gonna look the flyest on campus, because they spend an hour to an hour and a half getting dressed, getting their hair done, but don't put that same amount of energy into the books. So, as you meet people in this first few months, here's some questions that you could ask to try to determine whether somebody's a social friend or a successful friend. As the doctor said, ask them this: why are you here? They look at you blank faced, like, why are you asking that question? And guess what? Say, social friend. Next question: what is your major? Why do you want to ask them this? Because if they have an easier major than you, you do not want them dictating your social calendar. Next question to ask them: what is your GPA? If you're afraid to tell me, then what are they? You're getting the hang of it. Next question to ask them: when do you study and where? If this person has no study time allocated in their schedule, if they can't say, I study Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 11 to 2 p.m., then guess what? They are Next question to ask them: what nights do you party? If they come at you and say, I party whenever there's a party, then guess what? They are Final question: what time do you wake up? If this person doesn't have an alarm clock, if they don't have a time that they actually wake up every day to start their day, because being a student is your full-time job, if they just wake up whenever they wake up, then they are probably I think y'all got it. So the late great Jim Rohn once said, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So you have to ask yourself, who are you going to spend the most time with? If you discover early on that you are the smartest amongst the people that you spend the most time with, then what needs to happen? You need to find new friends. Because one of two things are going to happen. Either you, being the smartest in your crew, is going to be struggling all the time to try to pick everybody else up and change their behaviors and patterns. And while you're doing that, all 4 of them are going to be pulling you down. When you look at the world's most successful people, all of them running crews. But not just crews of social friends, crews of successful friends. Steve Jobs, he might have been the face of Apple, but Wozniak was right there. Bill Gates might have been the face of Microsoft, but Paul Allen was right there. Jay-Z may have been the face of Rockefeller Records, but Damon Dash was right there. Serena may be the best not even women's tennis player hands down in the world. And guess who was there? Venus and her father. Candace Parker, perhaps the best women's basketball player in the world, had the late great Pat Summitt. Mark Zuckerberg, when he left Harvard, he didn't go alone. He brought a crew of people. And little do you know, you could be sitting next to the next Mark Zuckerberg. He or she could be on your left, a successful friend, and the person on your right could be a social friend. But because it's easier and more convenient to talk to and hang out with a social friend, you miss out on this amazing opportunity that you could have had simply by surrounding yourself with people who are going to challenge you and push you to your greatness. So with that, I encourage you to be very mindful of the company you keep. I know there's a desire to fit in, to be cool, to be accepted. And while you're here, I want you to have tons of fun. But you want to know what I want more for you in college than just fun? I want you to graduate free. I want you to be free when you cross the graduation stage. There's a lot of people who had a lot of fun at Albany State who didn't cross the stage or did cross the stage, but they're not free. And you didn't come to get higher education, not to be free. So with that, I want you to survey the people that you've been meeting and ask yourself, is he or she a social friend or are they a successful friend? Thank you.